I told you. What if? This 10 minutes will change your life. Imagine waking up 1 year from today. You open your eyes and for a moment, everything feels different. You're healthier. You're more confident. You're proud of yourself. And you've achieved things you once thought were impossible. Now pause and imagine the opposite. A whole year passes, but nothing changes. Same habits, same problems, same regrets. Because every day you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. The painful truth is that tomorrow never arrives. Now ask yourself one question. Which version of your future do you want to live? Because the distance between these two lives isn't measured in money. 10 minutes. Today I want to show you why 10 focused minutes each day have the power to completely transform your life. And by the end of this video, you'll realize that changing your life isn't nearly as complicated as you've been led to believe. It starts with one decision, one moment, one choice, and that choice begins right now. Most people believe successful people are simply born different. They think they have more talent, more intelligence, more opportunities. But that belief couldn't be further from the truth. The biggest difference between successful people and everyone else is that they take action while others keep waiting. They don't wait until they feel motivated. They don't wait for the perfect Monday. And they certainly don't wait for life to become easier, because they understand something that many people never learn, not the other way around. Action creates motivation. The hardest part of any journey isn't the work itself. It's taking the first step. Your mind will always try to protect you. It will tell you that you're not ready, that you need more time, that you should start tomorrow instead. But every dream you've ever had is waiting on the other side of that first step. Imagine if you had started just 10 minutes a day 1 year ago. How much stronger would you be today? How much more confident would you feel? How much closer would you be to the life you've always wanted? You can't change what happened yesterday, but you can decide what happens next. And sometimes, one small decision is all it takes to completely change the direction of your life. Think about the people you admire the most: athletes, entrepreneurs, scientists, artists. They all have one thing in common. They started before they felt ready. They didn't wake up one morning filled with confidence. They had doubts. They made mistakes. They failed more times than anyone remembers. But they refused to let fear make their decisions. Failure wasn't the end of their story. It became part of their story. Every mistake taught them something. Every setback made them stronger. Every challenge forced them to grow. The truth is, growth is uncomfortable. If you're always comfortable, you're probably standing still. Real progress begins the moment you decide to do something that feels difficult. That's why those 10 minutes matter so much. They aren't just 10 minutes of work. They're 10 minutes of proving to yourself that you're becoming someone who keeps promises. Every time you choose action over excuses, you build trust in yourself. And self-confidence doesn't appear overnight. It's earned through small victories that happen day after day. One decision, one habit, one step at a time. Now let me tell you a story. Imagine two friends graduating from school on the same day. They have the same dreams, the same amount of talent, the same 24 hours. One decides to improve himself every single day, even when he doesn't feel like it. The other keeps saying, I'll start when life gets easier. Then 6 months. The second person laughs because they still look the same. But what he doesn't realize is that real change is happening where nobody can see it. The first friend is learning, growing, building discipline, making mistakes, getting stronger. 1 year later, their lives look completely different. Not because one was luckier, not because one was smarter, but because one understood a simple truth. Small actions repeated every day create extraordinary results. Success doesn't arrive with fireworks. It arrives quietly, one ordinary day at a time. Have you ever noticed how the strongest trees don't grow overnight? Before a tree reaches toward the sky, it spends years growing its roots beneath the ground. During that time, people walk past it without giving it a second thought. It doesn't look impressive. It doesn't look successful. But beneath the surface, something incredible is happening. Every single day, the roots are growing deeper. You might study for weeks and still feel like you're not improving. You might work on your dream while nobody notices. And that's exactly where most people quit. But just because you can't see change doesn't mean change isn't happening. Every page you read adds knowledge. Every workout builds strength. You're creating a foundation that no one else can see. Then one day, people will look at your success and say, you're so lucky. What they won't see are the hundreds of ordinary days that built that success. The quiet mornings, The difficult evenings. The moments when you chose growth instead of comfort. Success isn't one big moment. It's thousands of small moments that most people never notice. But here's the truth almost nobody talks about. The biggest battle in your life isn't against other people. It's against yourself. Every morning, two voices wake up with you. One whispers, "Stay in bed. You can start tomorrow." "One more day won't matter." The other voice is quieter. It simply says, "Get up. Take the first step. Keep the promise you made to yourself." The voice you choose today becomes the person you become tomorrow. Think about every successful person you've ever admired. They weren't fearless. They didn't wake up motivated every day. There were mornings when they wanted to quit, days when they doubted themselves. But they refused to let temporary emotions destroy permanent dreams. Because motivation fades, character lasts. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you're building the future version of yourself. So ask yourself, which voice will you listen to today? A wise man once said, "Your future is created by what you do repeatedly, not by what you do occasionally." Think about
For the perfect day. They simply begin. There will be days when you fail. You'll feel tired. People may doubt you, and sometimes you may even doubt yourself. But remember this, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. Every setback teaches you something that victory never could. Don't fear failure. Fear giving up. Think about a seed. For weeks, nothing can be seen above the ground. But underneath, the roots are growing stronger every day. Your progress is the same. Just because others can't see your hard work doesn't mean it's not changing you. Keep growing in silence. One day, your results will speak louder than your words. So make a decision today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Today, take one step toward your goal. Read one page. Learn one skill. Do one workout. Make one promise to yourself that you will never stop improving. Years from now, you'll look back and realize that this small decision changed everything. Because your dreams are waiting. Your future is waiting. The best version of you is waiting. Now stand up, take the first step, and never look back.
Close your eyes for just 5 seconds. Imagine you're 80 years old, sitting alone, looking back at your life. What's going to hurt more? The mornings you woke up early? The hours you spent working? Or the dream you never had the courage to chase? Because the greatest pain in life isn't failure, it's regret. Every dream starts with one decision, but most people never make it. Not because they aren't talented, not because they aren't smart, but because they keep saying, "I'll start tomorrow." And tomorrow quietly steals another day, then another, until one day, there are no tomorrows left. Imagine two friends. Both have the same dream. One waits for motivation. The other starts even when they don't feel ready. A year later, the difference isn't talent. It isn't.
What are you sacrificing every day? Your dreams or your distractions? Think about it. How many times have you said, "I'll start tomorrow"? How many hours disappear scrolling through your phone or doing things that don't help you grow? The truth is, every choice is a sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for your dreams today, your dreams will become the sacrifice. Success isn't free. It has a price. The people you admire didn't get lucky. They chose discipline over comfort. While others wasted time, they kept learning. While others made excuses, they kept working. If you want a different future, you must make different choices today. Life is like a garden. If you never remove the weeds, the flowers will never grow. Those weeds are procrastination, fear, laziness, and comfort. Every small sacrifice you make today.
One healthy choice. One promise kept to yourself. They may seem too small today, but just like a seed becomes a giant tree, small actions become big achievements. You don't need a perfect beginning. You just need to begin, because every great success starts with one small step. So stop waiting. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start with one small action today. Read one page. Exercise for 10 minutes. Study one lesson. Or simply keep one promise to yourself. Repeat it tomorrow and the day after that. So let me ask you one last question. What small step will you take today? Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is never guaranteed. Start now. Stay consistent. Trust the process. one small step today, can become a completely different life tomorrow. Your future is built by the choices you make today. Choose wisely. One sentence, one decision. That's all it takes. While you're waiting, someone else is learning. Someone else is improving. Someone else is becoming the person you wanted to be. Your future isn't stolen overnight. It's stolen, one excuse at a time. So, stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Take one step, no matter how small. Read one page. Make one phone call. Finish one task. One action today is worth more than 100 perfect plans. Because your future doesn't change when you think. It changes the moment you move. You'll look back, not at the chances you took, but at the chances you ignored. Don't let your future ask, why didn't you start? Let it say, I'm glad you did. Your story doesn't change with another excuse. It changes with one brave decision. So, make today the day, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, because the life you dream about begins with the choice you make right now. Not with disappointment, but with one simple question you try to answer. But the truth is hard to say. You didn't lose because you weren't talented. You didn't lose because life was unfair. You lost because you kept believing there would always be another tomorrow. And that one belief changed everything. The truth is, this enemy is not impossible to defeat. It only has power when you give it control. The moment you take action, even a small action, you begin to take your life back. One decision, one step, one promise you keep to yourself. You don't need to become a completely different person overnight. You just need to stop letting the old version of yourself control your future. Because the biggest enemy of your life only wins when you choose to stay the same.